The current state of Manchester United is an absolute shambles. Now, after their most recent 3-0 defeat to Tottenham Hotspur at Old Trafford, I honestly think that this is the lowest I have ever seen United. And as a Liverpool fan, it does kind of bring me a lot of joy and happiness to see it, I can't lie. But on the flip side of things, as a general footballing fan, I do have to take a step back from an unbiased perspective and look at United and think, what the hell is going on? After last season, they obviously won the FA Cup, and they won the FA Cup in a very emphatic manner. Obviously, beating Liverpool earlier in the tournament and then beating Manchester City in the final. Nobody thought that United were going to win the FA Cup. And they did. They did it against all odds. And that's why towards the end of the season, with Erik ten Hag's job pretty much on the line, he was still able to maintain keeping it, although Manchester United did apparently look at other options over the summer. Now, me personally, I think Erik ten Hag should have been sacked a very long time ago. An 8th place finish in the Premier League is not a good standard for Manchester United, let alone any of the big six sides. But it's the manner with which he got 8th place. Manchester United have not looked good for the past 2 to 2.5 seasons. They've suffered a lot of big defeats to Liverpool, and frankly, just watching them on a week-in, week-out basis, I don't see any style of play. And it's not as if Erik ten Hag has not had the ability to spend money. He has spent millions upon millions of pounds on different players, but who are the players that he's bringing in? The guys who used to play for him at Ajax like 4 years ago. It's weird, it doesn't make any sense, and frankly, he has proven that he is not the caliber that Manchester United should require. And what have United done? They've decided after this 3-0 defeat to Spurs to keep Erik ten Hag in his position. And now the reason I think United are doing this is because they just don't have a good replacement for him. Obviously, they could have Ruud van Nistelrooy step up and take over as the head manager, but he doesn't have the head managerial experience that I think is required. Additionally, over the summer, they were looking at options to replace Erik ten Hag. And if I'm being honest, I think if a good one came across their desk, they would have taken it. I think they didn't have anyone that they thought would fit in correctly, so they have decided to continue with Erik ten Hag. But if you ask me, there's going to be an impact from this. We're 6 games through the Premier League season, and United look dreadful. If they continue on this run of form, they could get worse than 8th this season. I'm not even kidding. And now I do think that there's a potential for United to pick a new manager going into maybe the winter time, maybe Christmas time. They'll sack Erik ten Hag, come to their senses, but at that point I think that the season will be lost. 6 games in, the season isn't lost right now. United still have an opportunity to make up for the mistake that they made over the summer, sack this loser, and bring in someone who's actually going to make an impact. Because I'll be honest with you, United over the past 10 years, but specifically over the past 5 years, they've been dreadful, have not been good enough. And if they have another 3 to 5 years like how they have been trending, it's going to be bad news bears for United. I'm not kidding. I genuinely believe if they continue down this path, that they're not going to like what they're going to see. United are currently the biggest team in the Premier League. Second, Liverpool. Let's be honest. In the past 5 years, the gap between United and Liverpool has shrunk expeditiously. How is that going to shrink in 5 years when United have just accepted mediocrity again and again and again? In my opinion, if you're going to become the new United manager, you need to be an impact now manager. What do I mean by this? You need to come in and United need to see improvements immediately or you're out the door. They don't have the time to sit around and just wait for things to go right, because that's what they've been doing with ten Hag for almost 2.5 seasons, and it clearly has not worked. And if they continue down this path, we're going to see United go down a path that their fans do not want to see them go down. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, click that little notification bell so you know every time I make a new video. Follow me on Twitter, my link is down below in the description, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.